Hi, welcome to this video on Brain Buddies. Brain Buddies is an exciting new program at your school that aims to help children better understand and manage their emotions. My name is Magda and I'm from the School Wellbeing Service, a new service working with your school to improve the mental health of their students. So these are the aims of today's workshop. We aim to help you understand what Brain Buddies is. We'll give a brief overview of how emotions can impact behaviour, and we'll explore some practical ways that you can further support your pupils with managing their feelings and emotions. So what is Brain Buddies? Brain Buddies aims to help children be aware of, understand, express and manage their emotional states. It's a 10-week programme aimed at Year 5 and Year 6 pupils, and it will take up 1 hour a week of their timetable. So why Brain Buddies? Here, managing feelings refers to a person's ability to process and express their feelings in a constructive way. This allows people to build meaningful relationships, giving them a sense of belonging and connection. As well as this, being able to emotionally regulate helps with solving problems and being ready to learn. Wellbeing is a priority for your school, and Brain Buddies is a sustainable investment into helping pupils express themselves. Of course, we want children to recognise their feelings but not be overwhelmed with them, to feel frustrated but not give up or lash out, to feel anxious but not to stay at home, to be excited but not get so carried away they do something that they regret. Brain Buddies covers a variety of topics from brain functioning to self-care. We'll start by helping the pupils understand what emotions are for and how to spot them in your bodies. Then we'll talk about flipping your lid, a term used to describe losing control of emotions. Throughout the sessions, we'll be inviting pupils to try different strategies so they can build their own personal calm kit with tools that help them calm down or regain energy. As sessions progress, we'll explore the zones of regulation, an evidence-based conceptual framework for teaching pupils self-regulation and self-control. These sessions will also cover challenging unhelpful thoughts, problem solving, and thinking about sources of help and support in the form of a backup team. So Brain Buddies begins by exploring the class's understanding of emotions and what they're for. Everyone has feelings and they serve a function. We're born with basic emotions: fear, hunger, tiredness, sadness, happiness, disgust. Emotions promote survival, and our feelings are useful sources of information. So, for example, anxiety helps us to quickly recognise danger. Like if you see a car coming towards you and you quickly jump back. Sadness is to slow down our thoughts and actions to allow reflection and process emotional upset. Anger speeds us up, mobilising us in the face of injustice or threat. Physical symptoms in our bodies can be really useful clues to how we're feeling. For example, when you feel tense and hot when you're angry, or you have a queasy stomach when we're anxious. We'll be teaching children to be feelings detectives and spot these clues in their bodies. So what happens when we feel overwhelmed? When we feel stressed or under threat, our body's alarm system is triggered and we lose the ability to think clearly. This is known as a fight or flight response, and in Brain Buddies we'll be referring to it as flipping your lid. Children's fight-flight response is triggered more easily than adults as their brains develop and they're learning to navigate emotions. So this could be presented as shouting, screaming, running away, or shutting down and not saying anything at all. We'll name the different parts of the brain as the thinking brain and the survival brain and help them think about how to get these different parts of the brain working together, using strategies from their calm kit. So we'll introduce to the pupils what's called the zones of regulation. This is a colour code system we use to categorise emotions and work out how we move between them in our day-to-day lives. The zones depend on the intensity of the emotions, and we want to communicate that there are no good or bad zones. We all move between the different zones, depending on a whole range of factors. The aim of Brain Buddies is to try and give pupils the skills so that they are in more control of how they express their emotions, and they can avoid ending up in the red zone if they want to. Sometimes the zone doesn't match up to what we're supposed to be doing, and in that moment, so having skills to move between them can be really helpful. For example, a child could be really excited and giggly during an exam or story time. Sometimes what we're feeling doesn't match what's seen on the outside, like putting on a brave face to hide disappointment or sadness. So we'll think about how the different zones relate to our brain functions. For example, when you're flipping your lid, you're likely to be in the red zone, feeling angry or terrified. If your thinking brain and survival brain are working together, it's likely you're in the green zone, feeling calm and focused. Here are some strategies that will teach the pupils. Not everyone benefits or likes the same one, and as some children might find these difficult, we'll briefly introduce them and demonstrate them together just once. For example, the 5 senses technique you may know already. You can calm your mind and body by identifying 5 things around you that you can see, 4 things you can hear, 3 things you can touch, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing that you can taste. Give it a go. Another one is the palm push, when you push your palms together for a few seconds. So we'll be trying out all these things in the sessions. Why not ask the Brain Buddies pupils at your school to demonstrate some of them to you in the playground? So you can help pupils manage their emotions by naming and validating them. You seem really annoyed. I wonder if it's because you're going to miss break time. So listen to the child when they talk about their emotions without judging or giving advice. This will encourage them to open up and share their feelings. Again, validating their feelings to show you've been listening and understand. You're showing me you're really cross with me. Lots of people feel sad when they feel like they're missing out. Validate the emotion rather than condoning the behaviour. This teaches them an appropriate way of managing emotions. I can see you're really upset, but it's not okay to swear at me. Go to timeout now. Model regulating your emotions. Show children it's good to talk about feelings by talking about your own when appropriate. I'm getting really frustrated with the projector because it's not working. I'm going to leave it for 5 minutes and maybe I'll be able to work out what to do when I've calmed down. So as well as managing our own emotions and modelling this to the children, school staff can get involved with some fun and creative ways to embed the strategies that they learn. As we said, you know your school best and how to spread the word. Maybe pupils could do an assembly or a video about what they've learnt and circulate it around the school. Maybe you could do a display board in the corridor to get the message out. What about a peer mentoring scheme where the older ones teach the younger ones some strategies? We understand many of these things will be difficult during these uncertain times, which is why we'd love to hear what works best in your school. While Brain Buddies helps teach children a few new skills, the most important thing for a child to learn to regulate emotions is what they see and experience from adults around them. If you think a parent or carer may need extra support managing their child's anxiety or challenging behaviour, talk to your school's designated mental health lead about the school wellbeing service. We offer sessions for parents to get support with difficulties in challenging behaviour and anxiety in children. 1 in 4 adults in England suffer a mental health difficulty, so it's useful to have a few resources at hand to signpost parents to relevant support. Thank you for listening today, and we look forward to hearing your feedback. With that being said, if you have any questions or thoughts and feedback about this, please contact your school's designated mental health lead, who can put you in touch with the school wellbeing practitioner that's assigned to your school. We can't wait to hear some ideas. Thank you so much for listening.